Okay, if you are just joining us, why don't you check out the previous videos we've solved, where we solve several number bases, questions, and examples. So now, in this particular question, we are going to be solving equations that has to do with number bases. The first one says 134 base n is equal to 54 base 8. Now, in order to solve this question, the best way to approach this question is to convert everything to base 10. So this will be 1, 3, 4, and I'll put my 0, I'll put my 1, I'll put my 2. It's equal to, this will be 54 base 8, I'll put my 0, and I'll put my 1. So this is going to be 1 times n all squared plus 3 times n all raised to the power 1 plus 4 times n all raised to the power 0 is equal to 5 times 8 all raised to the power 1 plus 4 times 8 all raised to the power 0. So this is going to be n squared plus this is going to be 3n plus this will be this is n raised to the power 0 will give us 1, which will be 4 is equal to 5 times 8 will be 40. And when you have 4 times 8 raised to the power 0, that's going to give us plus 4. So from here, you can gradually see that this is going to take us to what we call a quadratic equation. So this is going to be n squared plus 3n plus 4. It's equal to what? 44. So when you collect like terms, this will be n squared plus 3n plus 4. Plus 44 coming over becomes what? Minus 44, and that will be equal to 0. So this will be n squared plus 3n. Now 4 minus 44 is going to give us minus, that will be 40. So this is equal to 0. So the next thing we are going to be doing is to solve this quadratic equation. I want to assume you know this, so I'm going to be using the factorization method. So this is going to be n squared. Now I have to look for what will give me 3n. So I'm going to be using plus 8n minus 5n minus 40 is equal to 0. So n is out, n plus 8 into minus 5 into n plus 8. So I'll factorize this. So this is going to give me n minus 5 into n plus 8 is equal to 0. So we have our n, it's minus 5 equal to 0, or n equal to 5, or you have n plus 8 equal to 0, or n equal to minus 8. But you have to remember we're solving what? Binary, so we cannot have a negative answer. So this is wrong. So therefore our n it's equal to what? 5. So since our n it's not negative, our n it's going to be what? 5. Okay, so that takes us to the next question. So we're gonna use the same approach, which is going to be what? This will be 251x is equal to 100 base 2. So here will be 0, here will be 1, and here is going to be what? 2, and this is going to be 0, this is going to be 1, and this is going to be 2. So we're going to apply the same method. So this is going to be 2 times x raised to the power 2 plus 5 times x raised to the power 1 plus 1 times x raised to the power 0 is equal to, so this is going to be 1 times 2 raised to the power 2 plus 0 times 2 raised to the power 1. Okay, then plus we have 0 times 2 raised to the power 0. So this is going to give us 2x squared plus 5x plus 1 is equal to, this will be 4. 2 squared times 1, that's 4. The next one will be 0 plus 0. Okay, so this is going to give us 2x squared plus 5x plus 1 is equal to 4. Now from here we are going to still collect like terms again. So this is going to be 2x squared plus 5x plus 1 minus 4 is going to give us 0. So in order to solve this, so this is going to be 2x squared plus 5x plus 1 minus 4. It's going to give us, that would be minus 3 is equal to 0. So the same thing we are going to be factorizing. So in order to find factors here, so from here we're going to be using 2x squared. So we're going to have a minus x plus 6x minus 3, it's equal to 0. So we're going to have x, it's common here, 2x minus 1 plus, then from here, what's common? 3, it's common. So we're going to have 2x, we're going to still have minus 1 equal to 0. So from here, we're going to have x plus 3 and 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. So from here, solving this equation, we're going to have x is going to be minus 3, or 2x is going to be our x, our binary. We can't have minus 3 as the answer, and here x is equal to half. So since x is equal to minus 3 or half, we cannot have half as binary answer, so none satisfies the equation. So it doesn't solve the equation. Okay, so the next question we are going to be solving, it's 125 base x is equal to 20 base 10. Now, in order to solve this, the first thing you need to do is convert everything to base 10. So this is going to be 125 base x is equal to 20 base 10. So this will be my 0, my 1, my 2, and so this is going to be 1 times x raised to power 2 plus this is going to be 2 times x raised to power 1 plus 5 times x raised to power 0 is equal to 20. Already our 20 is in base 10, so you don't need to solve anything there. So this is going to be x squared plus 2x plus 5 is equal to 20. And when you collect like terms, this is going to be x squared plus 2x plus 5 minus 20 equal to 0. So this is going to give us the quadratic equation, which will be x squared plus 2x plus, minus 15 is equal to 0. At this point, we need to look for the factors of this quadratic equation. So we are going to be using x squared plus 5 x squared plus 5x minus 3x minus 15 is equal to 0. So from here, x is common, which is into x plus 5 into minus 3 into x plus 5 is equal to 0. So therefore, x minus 3 x plus 5 it's equal to 0. So we have our x equal to 3, or we have our x equal to minus 5. So having solved it, and since our numbers, our binary cannot be negative, therefore since x, our binary, okay, since our binary can't be negative, therefore x equal to 3, it's our final answer.